Crypto Hotep here with another investing video. We are on week 16 and we are just moving along here of the family portfolio. If you are unfamiliar with the family portfolio, please do yourself a favor. Check my channel, go to week 1 where I discuss my methodology, my thought process, and my strategy. So, the big picture for you really quickly is I gave my family a choice of stocks for them to pick from with some research that I did. And once they picked those stocks, we invested money in those stocks via our broker M1 Finance. And the reason we used M1 Finance is because of the technology they have. For us, it fits our plan that we want to do, and for us the technology seems a little bit more superior than what we've seen before, and we've used them for a while. So with their technology, they have pies, and you can have a host of different stocks in one pie and then have multiple pies in one portfolio. So collectively we have the family portfolio, and each pie is dedicated and designated to the family member and his or her allocated stocks. And with that being said, these videos are just tracking that journey, the family journey. It's a small account, starting off at a small account. I believe at the beginning of January of this year, the balance was like $144 or so. And we're just putting in, some quote unquote loose change that we have lying around. And we're recording these videos to basically journal the investing journey, emotions, thoughts, analyzing stocks, and just doing overall stock research in those stocks and investments. And hopefully my family can find these videos useful in the future when I'm gone, and maybe you find them helpful as well, and you'll hop along the investment journey with us. One of the key things with our investment journey is dividends. I'm a very big proponent of dividends and generating passive income for my family, where I really don't have to do anything and money comes rolling in, so to speak. And it's kind of the Warren Buffett way, where if you can make money in your sleep, then you're doing something right. So as always, the PSA is, these videos are not financial advice at all. Please consult a professional before you do any type of investing at all. Stocks, crypto, metals, anything like that. With that being said, before we jump into week 16, we always the prior week to see where we were at. So the prior week, our balance was at $701.70. We had dividends of $4.23, and our weighted rate of return year to date was 8.6%. So let's see where we're at right now. So right now we are at $729.15. We've had a little uptick in our dividends at $4.42. And then our weighted rate of return is everly increasing here. So 9.24% year to date. And one thing before we go any further, what we're also going to do, we're going to look at the activity and the breakdown of the stocks as we normally do. But there's a couple new features within M1 Finance that I think are very useful, especially to the dividend community. So I'll go over those as well. So as always, let's look at the activity of the account here, and let's see what's going on. So we did do a little buying between this week and last week, and we did have some dividend action. So we had some dividend action with Waste Management, and we had a deposit of about $20 there, and we did do some buying. What did we buy exactly? Here we go. So we have McDonald's, we have UPS, we have CrowdStrike, we have Apple, Target, DTE, Palantir, and Starbucks. I can tell you that more than half of these are my family's buys. And then the CrowdStrike, DTE, and Palantir, I know those are mine, as well as UPS. Okay. And what else did we have? We had some dividend income. So we had some dividend income with Public Storage, 35 cents, which was in Dad's portfolio, aka mine. Meta, which was 1 cent, and then Texas Roadhouse, which was 2 cents. And I know if you just are seeing these videos, you're probably saying Crypto Hotep, those are only pennies, literally. Well, the thing about dividends is it's a long road, and it's not a sprint; it's a marathon. So the biggest thing with me with dividends is to just focus on the consistency of earning them versus the actual dollar amount. Because if I increase my position in that asset or stock that's generating those dividends, then the dividends will naturally increase. Okay. And so as we look at these stocks, as we always do, let's go bottom up. My wife has had a couple rough weeks right now, and they keep on coming. So my wife's stocks are down over 6.5%, almost 7% now. Okay, year to date, balance at 53.58. The majority of that is because of Celsius. As you know, when the times were high, my wife was on the top of the list with her stocks, but since Celsius has had that major correction now, which she's down over 34% year to date on Celsius, still up with Google. Google's kind of maintaining for her, and then a little bit down on Pepsi. We will still be buying Celsius, and we have. Okay, so nothing has changed there for her on that. Okay, let's look at our middle. Our middle is up an impressive 12%. 12% year to date, 2 cents dividends earned, and everything in the green for our middle. This is a very impressive portfolio right here. So we have Amazon in the green, Costco in the green, Nintendo finally in the green. And then, as we know, our middle added Target as of last week. Fantastic purchase in the green. Okay, so very, very good to see here. And let's go to our oldest. As we all know, our oldest keeps it very simple. We have up over 9.25% weighted rate of return year to date, 25 cents dividends earned, and we have Apple and McDonald's. Apple up a staggering over 30% year to date. McDonald's, we are down over 9.5% currently. McDonald's is having a week right now with the unveiling of their $5 value meal to help curb that inflation that's been going on. So not really concerned. We will still be buying McDonald's. Okay. And our youngest. Let's see, our youngest has been on a tear for the past 3 weeks or so. Up 14% year to date, 2 cent dividends earned. Nintendo in the green, Tesla up over 20%, Apple up over 25%, and then our youngest did add Starbucks down, but only not even down a 1%. So I think just us buying Starbucks at this price point is good to accumulate, especially Starbucks right now because they're at a very cheap rate. And hey, we have several red weeks with Starbucks, but I think that turnaround is slowly approaching. And then we'll go to mine. I did add a couple new stocks into my portfolio just to even it out. I wanted the even number of 50. So currently now with these ads, I have 50 stocks in my portfolio here. So weighted rate of return year to date is a little bit over 4.5%. I've had $3.98 dividends earned. And my sectors that I have in my stocks, mostly all green with the exception of pharmaceutical. So what did I add? Well, what I added, I believe I put it in the restaurant and food sector, was the Smucker's company. I looked at the Smucker's company. They seem very cheap as of right now. The dividend seems enticing as well. And the yield isn't bad at 3.94% here. So I think this will be a very good addition to the restaurant and food section of the portfolio. If we look at the 1 year chart for Smuckers, it seems like we're in a little bit of an accumulation period right now. We're down, which is a pretty good price. From my standpoint with buying Smuckers, long-standing company, very monopolized in terms of what they offer to the client. So I like this purchase for my restaurant and food. The other, let's go back. The other addition was here. Let's look here at pharmaceutical. Nope. Hold on. Let's look here. It was under real estate, not pharmaceutical. Sorry. And that was simply, so Realty Income Corp. I see that as of right now, O is very cheap. Okay. The dividend yield is very enticing. Payout ratio is at 49.2%, still lower than my 60% threshold, 60% plus threshold. If we look at the 1 year chart, again, down over 12%, a little bit over 12% for Realty Income. I can't pass up the dividend yield. I'm not really mad at that. I think that the price for Realty Income now is at a cheap rate. And I think with new management in there currently, that this company has a chance to turn things around here. So I like this addition to the real estate portion of my portfolio of stocks, and not really mad about this at all. So this is going to accompany Public Storage and Federal Realty. Okay. And as we see, pharmaceutical is down. Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson are kind of going back and forth there. The meme stocks, which is pretty funny here, up 4.22%. Only have added to UPS and DTE from here on these, so haven't added to the full suite of meme stocks in terms of balances as of yet. Technology is just on a tear as of right now. Consumer staples, like the little engine that could, just keeps pushing along here. Industrials and energy looking good here, as well as finance. So all in all, just a really good portfolio of stocks here that I'm very proud of right now. So with that being said, we're going to jump right into the couple new features of M1 Finance that I think are very, very beneficial, especially to the dividend community and to myself. But before we do, so right now the family portfolio, $729.15, $4.42 dividends earned. Weighted rate of return as of right now, 9.24%. We're doing pretty good here. Doing pretty good. So one of the first features for now that's new for dividend investors with that use M1 Finance is called dividend handling. So now dividend handling is basically how you're going to control what M1 Finance does with your money when you have dividends coming in. Because before this update, this wouldn't happen. Like, you didn't have the option to do anything, and now you do. So you have a couple options. You can add the cash to the account. Okay, so basically it will collect in the cash balance in your earn, or you can reinvest into that underlying security, meaning that it'll automatically reinvest those proceeds into that asset, which is good. So think of it as a drip, if you will. They can sweep it to a high yield account, like a high yield savings account, or the M1 high yield cash account, if you wish. Or you can customize it per security. So you can, like, if you did the customized pure security, then you can pick the security and what you want done with each security. So like if you say Starbucks, I would rather have my dividends in Starbucks cash, but then have the dividends in Exxon reinvested, you can make those changes, which is pretty cool. I like that a lot because a lot of brokers don't allow you to do that. They'll just either reinvest it or leave it in cash. So with me on the family portfolio, I'm just going to have it as cash, and then I'll do what I wish with with those dividends. Okay. The other thing is under holdings with the overview section, you now have a dividend income section. In the dividend income, I really like this. It provides analytics on your total dividend income for the year. So, you can also project it out for the next 12 months. It breaks it down for paid income, pending income, and then estimated income and what your average monthly income is. Now, I know you're saying, oh, Crypto Hotep, you only got $3.94. Well, remember, this is from the family portfolio, so it is a smaller account. But I really like this because you can also project out things. So you can project certain estimated payments on what you could be getting in dividends and what's pending. This is a fantastic breakdown. And not only that, but then they'll break it down for you right down here as well. So they'll see, you can showcase the pendings, the pending dividend payments, and then also see the estimated dividend payments as well as the ex-dividend date and the pay date, and then also the dividend per share. This is actually one of the best updates that M1 Finance has had. And then if you go a little bit further, you can see the actual holdings, right? You can see what your last 12 months have been paid by each holding, the dividend yield, the yield on cost, the average cost, and then the payout frequency, which is pretty cool. So I do like this a lot. I like this a lot in terms of the dividend yield, because before you probably needed another app to track your dividends, and sometimes that was manual. And here you can actually do this in the M1 Finance app, which I really like a lot. And you can project your dividend income out as well, which is pretty cool. I wonder what the next 12 months would look like. Oh, okay. That's nice. You can actually project, so you can project this out for the next 12 months, and you can see the difference between 24 and the next 12. It'd be sweet if it could be side by side as well, but beggars can't be choosers here. This is a really good update. I really like this a lot. I think they really took dividend investors into consideration with this, and I'm really happy with this. So we'll cut this video off now, but as always, guys, if you appreciated this video, feel free to like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of my portfolio as well. But with that being said, as always, thank you and happy trading.